Hey Southside, my name is Shay Little and I've been a member here since 2015, but my story starts a little before that. When I was in the 8th grade, my best friend Kaylee Wilmarth was diagnosed with leukemia and fought for a long 8 months before she passed away. And in those 8 months, I watched her family and her friends fall to their knees, praying and worshiping a God that I didn't know or understand. And the day that she passed away, her brother had posted on her blog site, he said, "Glory to God, we received a miracle today, although not what we had hoped for." And that phrase planted a seed in my heart that would follow me through high school and the rest of my life. So as I enter into high school, I fall into the broken ways of the world, much like most high schoolers do. And one night, I remember turning to my best friend at the time and saying, "Kaylee would be so disappointed in what I'm doing. She wouldn't want me here, she wouldn't want me to do this, and I know that she wouldn't do this." My best friend at the time said to me, "Shay, why don't we go to church?" And I said, "Okay, let's try it." So 4 years later, we went to Southside Christian Church for the first time and immediately felt so welcomed. We felt so welcomed during the morning service that we decided to try out youth group that evening. And during that time, we were immediately welcomed in by the youth group, all people that showed me immediately what it means to be in the community of Christ. And so as we got closer to Mosaic, we both got baptized in that next February. And then a few months after that, we had the opportunity to go to the Dominican Republic for the first time to serve with Go Ministries. I had people tell me during this season of support raising for this week-long mission trip that I had not been going to church long enough. I had people tell me that I couldn't serve in another country when I didn't understand God that well myself. And I'm so glad that I didn't listen to them, because 6 years later, here I am in the Dominican Republic, still serving with Go Ministries. During a worship night, I was listening to my friend Albania sing in Spanish as we were singing in English, and it was in that moment that I realized how big our God is. And we went to a community called The Hole, which is still so near and dear to my heart. This community is in an inactive trash dump, and I remember standing there and these kids run up the stairs and they're yelling, "Americanos, Americanos," and they come and jump in our arms, and Emily just starts weeping. And in that moment, I also realized just how big our God is. So when I got home from that trip, I just could not stop thinking about the Dominican Republic. I thought about it every single day. I knew that I needed to come back, and I didn't know what that could look like for me going forward. So several years later, God answered that prayer and allowed me to come back with Southside again. And on that trip, I brought my camera. And if you know anything about me, you know that my camera is my greatest passion, right next to Jesus. And so that week, he collided the two things. And Lene Gabrielle, who is our mission partner with Go Ministries, said, "Shay, why don't you do an internship here next summer?" And I said, there is no way in the world that my mom will let me spend 5.5 weeks in the Dominican Republic. And Matt McLean heard me say that, and he said, "Shay, when you decide to follow what God has for you, people are going to disagree with you, and they're not going to want you to follow that. But you just have to trust in him, and you have to do it anyway." And so I got home, and I applied for that internship. And during that internship, I saw just how broken the world is. I saw brokenness in ministry. I saw brokenness in other people. I saw brokenness in this country that I find so beautiful. I realized that in that brokenness, you have to see the world for how God intended for it to be. You can't see the guy for being a prisoner. You have to see him for being a child of God. And you can't see race and income as being something that makes you less than. You have to look at everyone as if they're children of God, because they are. And so when I got home from that trip, I realized, okay, I can't live an ordinary life. I know I'm not meant to live an ordinary life. I came back in 2021 and ultimately decided to take a position with Go Ministries. So here I am, serving in the Dominican Republic. I am the marketing and media coordinator for Go Community Development, so I get to play a part in how Go is redeeming people, renewing communities, and restoring creation here on the island, which also is translating across the world as they go global as well. So I just want to thank you for being the church that got me here, the church that brought me here, and the church that continues to support me so well. And in all of this, I just want to encourage you to boldly chase Jesus, because he has such great things for you on the other side.